Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Vicharine Vishesha Shunyavadi Vashadi Deshasarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thereafter, Maharaj Devata married Bharismati, the daughter of the Prajapati named Vishwakarma. He begot 10 sons equal to him in beauty, character, magnanimity, and other qualities. He also begot a daughter, the youngest of all, named Ujaswati. Now, this may be a great wonder. And that's why Prabhupada says he did it. He uses it says, Uha-va-va. That's the word that has been made. It's a great wonder he did it. Now, he was on a path of renunciation. There is two paths. There is the Nivritti Marga and Pravritti Marga. Nivritti Marga is the path of renunciation. And Pravritti Marga is the path of enjoyment. Pravritti, my nature is to enjoy. I am allowed to enjoy in a regulated. And Nivritti Marga, forget it. Why enjoy? Yes, material. Why not just focus on spiritual life? Correct? These are two margas. And Priyavata was on Nivritti Marga because he was in the forest with the spiritual master and practicing brahmacharya. He wants to remain like that. And you know what happened? Brahma came, he ordered, no, go back, take up the throne. We want you to take up the throne. And it's the order of Krishna. Don't disobey. So he took the order. And now when he come back, he is ruling. Now he can't rule and he can't administer and he can be the king without having a family. King is supposed to have a family. He has to have a prince, he has to have a queen, correct? He cannot be a bachelor king. So he did the job properly. He got married and he had 10 sons also and a daughter also. Somebody may say, what happened? You know, many times. There were some times I had to go to some college and they were very insistent I come in pant shirt at Manipur. So I went. And some teachers when they saw me, they were surprised. Swamiji, abhi ab samsarik ban gaye. When they see pant shirt means the person has become samsari. So just like the pant shirt was just a dress, the work was same thing going on because it was needed at that time. In the same way, somebody can be in a spirit of renunciation, Nivritti Marga, even in Grihasthashram, provided, therefore it's called Grihastha Brahmacharya. Provided he is following the rules and regulations, he is also actually, and there is no difference. This is a revolution actually in the society. Many times people feel like that. A proper understanding, Prabhupada said it is not that the whole world will come to temples or churches. They lost that interest in that. That kind of an idea that daily people should go to a temple. These things cannot be brought back in society. It's not possible. But what is practical is that, and can we also make so many temples? It's not practical. What is also practical, what is really practical is that people convert their house into a temple. That is practical. So is it possible that Grihastha can also have his house as a temple? Yes, he can have that. He can have worship of the Lord. It is true, generally when the temple was there and so many Grihasthas are attached to the temple, Prabhupada used to never encourage them to have their own deities. Because then they don't do service in the temple. They are busy with their own. It happened, Prabhupada. Janmashtami is happening, they are busy at their home having their own. Ashwarya, who will do service in the temple. So Prabhupada was not very keen that his Grihastha disciples have their own deities. He was not at all keen about that. But because they are daily doing service in the temple, what do they need? Correct? But suppose somebody is in a condition, he can't come to like big cities are there. It is so difficult to travel. Daily you can't go. It's impossible. So person should have his own deities. But it also should be practical because deity service means many people should be involved. Otherwise, what happens? One person, suppose one day he is not well, deities are lying without food, without bath, correct? It cannot be like that also. It should be many people are involved. Just like in a house, kitchen is always running. Because even if one person is sick, other persons are there as standby. Correct? There should be some people are standby, so then many people are serious and interested. Then it should be there. But point is that yes, every ashrama can be completely spiritual. That's why it's called an ashrama. Ashrama means spiritual. It's like you go to some place, say, I went to an ashram. Ashram means spiritual. Correct? It doesn't mean material. So, moment it is said grihas ashram, that means it is spiritual. It is not material. It is not material. Otherwise, you cannot say ashram for it. That is grihamedi, which is not an ashram. Grihamedi means husband and wife come together to enjoy like cats and dogs. But grihastha, and medi word is used because they are envious. They are envious of the neighbors. Oh, I got this car, they got that car, I got this mobile, they got that mobile. Correct? That is grihamedi. But grihastha is husband, wife and whole family is coming together for what purpose? For worshipping Krishna. That is grihastha ashram. So yes, the grihastha ashram will be there in the society to be practical. In fact, to be practical, most of the people will be grihastha ashram in the society. But they can also advance the spiritual life. They can also practice Krishna consciousness. This is what this shloka Priyavata is showing. Correct? He showed, even though he came to the whole atmosphere, his mind is fully absorbed in Krishna. So he was the brahmachari also absorbed in Krishna, and the grihastha also is absorbed in Krishna. This ashram doesn't make a difference. Okay, so this is so how many 10 sons will be got? Oh, there was once a situation, it happened in ISKCON in America. There were two parties. One was this airport party led by Tripurari, and there was another party led by Tamal Krishna, that is the Radha Damodar party, the first party. And they two combined together, and the amount of book distribution they was doing was phenomenal. And there was another party led by Jayaditya and other people. They were basically managing the temples. And then what happened? This kind of feeling spread in the movement, and that temples are not for brahmacharis. In temples, you have so many ladies, you have children, you have families. It's all maya for a brahmachari to be there. Brahmachari, if he wants to really train, you should come out for this in the bus parties or airport parties. And that's like that. And in America at that time, the real source of income was book distribution. That's the only source they had. Today it is true that so many Indians come forward, and it's not that they can't be encouraged. Prabhupada did say sometimes, Sunday you can have a school for the Hindu school, some kind of a school. So they all will happily send all their children, train them in chanting shloka or something. The all community will also. It's not that he didn't want them. It's not that he doesn't want somebody. But what he was doing was, he was attacking the people, native people of America. In fact, quite a revolutionary. Prabhupada said, when I came to America, the devotee said, what was the thought in your mind? Prabhupada said, I want to take over your government. That is the thought in my mind. Just like an acharya goes with head high, you cannot think of anything small. Take over this government, take over this country. He was in that mood. Acharya means he is in the mood of victory. That is a Param Vijaya, the Shri Krishna Sankirtan. He gave the guideline, do this, I have done this much, you people proceed. Actually, the disciples, in one sense, failed him. They could not do what he told. He told them, ordered them. Anyway, so what happened? The movement was exploding in America, and Prabhupada was very pleased, very, very pleased. In fact, Prabhupada says once, there's such a fierce competition was happening between the Jayatitha's party, that was the West Coast and all the temples, and Tamal Krishna's party, that was they had practically, Prabhupada said, I want to have, this party should grow to this level, that I want to have 100 buses, 2 for every state. America has 50 states, 100 buses. And airports are all taken. In fact, even for the airport, they have to fight in the court. And Prabhupada said, yes, whatever is needed, whatever is needed. So they were getting court orders to be allowed to, because America, they have a fundamental right of freedom of expression. They have some fundamental right of freedom. So on that basis, they were using the best of the judges, best of the lawyers rather, to get that thing. And they got through. And they were in the airports and they were in the so many places. And they were doing phenomenal book distribution. So Prabhupada himself writes one place that if Jayatirtha wins a marathon, Tamal Krishna will have a heart attack. And he started laughing. He used to be so happy. There was so much. He used to incite, put fuel to the fire. He only ignited the fire of book distribution. Devotees were tasting so much nectar and he was igniting that fire more and more. Keep fanning it. And he will introduce this kind of competition. That if whoever does best book distribution, I'll come and stay in your temple. I'll not go to other temples. So like that he used to encourage them. So anyway, so what happened that this kind of feeling started spreading in the movement that time. That if you are advanced means you should be brahmachari or a sannyasi and there is no use of staying in temples. Travel, preach. What is all this? Sitting in a temple and there's so much maya there because so many women, Grihastha, so many women are there, so many children. Prabhupada was in Mayapur that time. And the devotees, many devotees came, senior devotees expressed that it is so troublesome, this Maya, that temples are not able to maintain themselves. They are struggling to maintain. Forget about preaching, they are struggling to maintain. There is nobody to bring any resources. All money was coming for book distribution. Practically temples, the books were being published now in millions. And temples are getting books at a very good price, What they were getting, say, for $4, now they're getting at $2. Everything is coming at a fantastic price. So they were making very good profit in selling the books. Temples are doing pretty well. And suddenly now all brahmacharis are left, they've all joined Radha Damodar party. And every time the party used to have another 6 to 10 people more, they used to request Prabhupada, please sponsor one more bus. And Prabhupada used to call BBT, give them one more bus. This bus are like temples. The BBT will give them the money and they will buy a bus. And they will repay that loan in no time. But it was a system. And they were one, they were growing. And temples are losing people. So, the Prabhupada was in Mayapur, they brought Prabhupada, this is the condition. And this is that, thing, illusion that. So Prabhupada, and these brahmacharis keep asking the Grihastha, Acha, how many times do you have sex? Nicely enjoying, huh? So like that, they keep harassing us. Prabhupada. Then Prabhupada told them a story. He said that, once what happened, there's a famous story, that two brahmacharis are going across a river. Sometimes it happens in a rainy time. You don't have a bridge. You have to just go across a shallow portion of the river. Somewhere where the shallow portion is there, you can cross. You just walk across the water. So suddenly one lady came running who was pregnant. And she said, in this condition, I can't cross. Can anyone of you carry me? So one of the brahmacharis said, okay. So he put her on her shoulder. She sat down on his shoulder. And he carried her. And he said, yes, mother, you can go. So after say 10 minutes, he put her across. And she got on and she went in. And after 2 hours, they reached the temple. So the other brahmachari said, I don't know what I did. How could you do this? You're practically embracing a woman. And you're a brahmachari. You're keeping on her shoulder, her legs around your... This is too much. How could you do it? So he said, see, I carried the woman on my head or shoulder for 10 minutes. But you are carrying her on your head for 2 hours. I'm better brahmachari than you. So Prabhupada said, yes. So these brahmacharis are constantly saying how many times grihasthas are having sex, enjoying. Actually, they are worse than a grihastha. They are worse than a grihastha. Then Prabhupada gives an example of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this story that Chota Haridas Thakur, when he was lustfully looking at women, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected him. And Shivananda Sena's wife was pregnant. And he had sex, he made his wife pregnant. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rather was inquiring very happily. In fact, later they had a child and like that, they brought Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, bless the child also. So it was so nice here. And other side, that fellow just thought about it. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected it. Correct? So Prabhupada explained in so many ways to them. And then Prabhupada was fired. To bring Tamal Krishna. Prabhupada said, go to China. And people can't imagine at that time. He was the head of the whole party, everything. And I said, Prabhupada, what did he say? Prabhupada said, I have a authority and I order you. You leave everything, go to China. Actually plucked him out of the whole American yatra. And he connected that yatra to the, he said, New York temple. He said, you all people learn to respect temple life also. You know, you are disrespecting the devotees in the temple. So he connected it to the New York yatra and all. And after 3 months, Tamal Krishna came back to Prabhupada. Prabhupada, China is very difficult. Prabhupada, okay, go back. Then he sent him back again to the Radha Damodar party. But you know, just like in a government office, there is a suspension kind. When somebody did a nuisance, the Prabhupada suspended him actually for some time. So he was very careful. So in this shloka also we see that, you know, every service is to be respected. Priyavataya for a particular time was, it is true, Grihas Ashram as such is a pravritti marga, because there is some kind of a enjoyment and, you know, playing with the children, all this thing is there. But at the same time, we should not undermine it, because if somebody is serious in that situation, he can be wonderfully situated with Krishna consciousness. Correct? That's what happened to Priyavataya. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki,